Hi everyone, Martin Butler here again. Now I want to talk to you about probably one of the biggest issues that I get asked about, and that is, where do you get your images from when you're creating your t-shirt designs? Now I use Photoshop and I am pretty conversant with knowing how to edit stuff, but a lot of you beginners out there probably got no experience whatsoever in getting images. Now there's two other routes that you can go down. One is to actually buy them or get someone create them for you. One other option, what a lot of people do, which I don't really recommend, is to go onto Google Images and to actually use the images on there. Everything you see on Google Images is copyrighted and is owned by somebody. So there is a chance, if you're selling them on eBay or selling them on Facebook or wherever you may be selling them, whether it be an own private website or whatever, that if someone spots that image that you've actually used and it's someone else's images, you could be hit with a lawsuit and lose a lot of money or have your whole business fold up as a result of it. So I wouldn't recommend going down that route. Now, as I say, I'm quite conversant with creating my own images and paying people to create them for me. And I've looked at other websites with regards to buying royalty-free or copyright-free images, and a lot of them tend to charge about $30 or so for one single image, for example. And if you're in the process of designing loads and loads of images, that can work out pretty expensive. Well, I was actually contacted last week by a company called Graphicstock. Now, Graphicstock hold apparently over 300,000 different types of vector art, pictures, drawings, images, all different types of images. Their website has a search facility on it where you can actually filter out the different things rather than having to scroll through pages and pages of stuff. Now, it is a paid subscription, but when you look at it, they've got an annual subscription which is $99. For that's over in the UK here, that probably works out about £45 a year, which really is not a lot of money at all if you're investing in the right tools for your business, bearing in mind images plays a big part in your business. So they boast that they've got about 300,000 different types of images, photographs, vectors, stuff like that. And the thing I was most interested in from being in the t-shirt marketing game is the vector images and what they might have available in their stock footage. Now, one thing to realise is that, as I say, it is a paid membership. There's going to be a link down there for a free trial, a free 7-day trial, and that 7-day trial allows you to download around 140 different pieces of their content free, and obviously then you can make your decision after you've looked around the site and learned how to navigate it, how you want to proceed, or if you want to proceed with that. I've got full access to this now. They've actually given me full access, so I've had a good look around it, and we're going to create a t-shirt design from one of the images that we found there, just to show you how easy it is. And I know that once I've done this, I've got no worries at all with regards to worrying about infringing someone else's copyright. The membership comes with 100% royalty-free agreement. So any image you use from there, you're not going to get anybody come back to you and say that that image is ours, because you will have a license to use them images. This takes so much headache out of creating your individual designs. And if you mix these designs with a few phrases or slogans, you've got totally unique products that you can target in any different niche. Because, as I say, they've got a search box there, and we're going to look in we're going to do a little test run with just one t-shirt. And if you are conversant with Photoshop as well, then they've got the facility for you to actually download the files where you can re-edit these images if you're actually conversant with Photoshop. I'm not going to go through that route at the moment. All I'm going to do is download it into a Photoshop program. You're not really going to have to do anything, because we want to add some text onto the drawing that we're going to find and create a t-shirt design. So let's have a little look at it now, and let's see what we can do with our Graphicstock image once we've located one. We're just going to look for a simple image that we can use on a t-shirt. So let me take you over to the Graphicstock website now. See you over there. Right, so here we are on the Graphicstock website, and for the purpose of this little demonstration, all I'm going to do is show you how you can possibly use Graphicstock images for your little projects, for either t-shirts or whatever. We're going to keep it simple at the moment, and then we'll choose some stuff we can use to put on a t-shirt. And again, you've got no problems at all worrying about copyright when you use these Graphicstock images, because you are covered to use these commercially. So if you've got an idea of what you want, you can obviously type something into the search box, for example. Now, I'm going to be looking for literally something for a t-shirt, and I really want to concentrate on vinyl in this case. I'm going to type in the word silhouette. Now it's quite a broad term, and there again, as you can see down the screen there, you've got different prompts there to give you some sort of idea of what you can actually search for. Probably the most popular come up in here, but I'm just going to leave it broad and just keep silhouettes in there and press search. And again, there's different types of filters that you can use here, and these are the filter results there. Most relevant, content type, category. So there's all the things there. Look, so you can actually pin down your niche or whatever you want to look for. If you were just looking for people silhouettes, you could filter people, and then you'd get, obviously there would be, the result would be a lot less, but we're just going to keep it all, just to give you some sort of idea, so you can see the various types of silhouettes to look for. And if you scroll down the page, all these can be used to create vinyls. Just don't worry about the colours that come up in here, because when you take it into your editing software, something like Photoshop, CorelDRAW or Illustrator, you can change all these elements. You've got the option to change all these elements, or just to use the outline so that you can actually cut the outline out of a silhouette rather than rely on the colours. So just scrolling down, and as you can see there, we've got literally pages and pages and pages of stuff. I'll just scroll to the next page, for example, and we'll look down. Aeroplane. There's absolutely everything you can think of there. We're gonna choose one now. There's some lovely graphics here. I mean, you can really use these here. Look, for example, on t-shirts. As you can see, when I put my mouse over the image, they're actually watermarked, whether you can see there, with a faint grey cross, and obviously the word Graphicstock across the middle. If I use that one there, you can see it a lot more better there. And when you actually download these images, the watermark actually disappears, so you've got just your image. So for example, this one here, this skyline here, so if you click on that, in this instance we can use an EPS image, which is an editable image, and you can open that in your Photoshop software. And also you can change and just order the JPEG image. And again, if you wonder what the difference is between these two, if you just hover the mouse over the end there, for the JPEG it says it's a high resolution, but will not allow you to edit or modify individual elements in the image. In other words, it's a non-vector format. We like to edit stuff and make it bigger or smaller, so we're going to use the EPS format in this case. And as you can see there, EPS files can be scaled to any size and have individual elements that can be edited or modified with appropriate software such as Adobe Illustrator or CorelDRAW. So there you go. So in this case, we're going to use that one. All we're going to do is to click the download button, and you can either open it directly from here. We're going to use Adobe Photoshop CS3 and click OK. It'll automatically open up in Photoshop. I'm just going to OK that. That's its original size. So as you can see there, we've just imported it into our Photoshop. Now I'm just going to open up a new page, and in that new window I'm going to have the sizes of my vinyl sheets which I've got. So we want 330 millimeters, and the height of them is 500, because I order my sheets of vinyl in that size. So I'm just going to click OK, and as you can see, that's my vinyl there. And I'm just going to get this image now, whatever size it is, and drag it onto my vinyl, and I can then shut this up. I don't need this, is the original image now. And I've now got this now on my sheet of vinyl, so to speak, which is 330 wide by 500 long. So what I'm going to do now is just to place that where I want it on the image. And now I'm going to put some text on there as well. So let's say, for example, we choose the text tool, and what text do we have here? Right, this is the text that we've created, and I'm just going to put that on the page. And the text size I've typed into 220, and I'm going to change the colour to black. Doesn't matter. And I'm going to call this City Boy. How about that? And then just put that underneath there. So what we've basically got there is some sort of a cityscape image, which we've got off of Graphicstocks, and we've just used a generic text which I've just created, and then I'm going to save it, and that's that. Now this is what I'm going to save now, because it's on the right size vinyl. I'm just going to save this, save as. I'm just going to save it on my desktop, and I'm going to save it as a PNG file. That's what I always use. and I'm going to call it City Boy Vinyl, and then click save. Just OK that. Right, so technically speaking now, I've just saved that. Let's close down Graphicstock for the minute. And that will be, here it is here. So if I just double click on it, there's our image, all sized. And now I'm going to take that over to my Silhouette Cameo software, and then you can see how I handle that in there. Right, okay, then I've changed over PCs now because I do all my graphic work and Silhouette Cameo work on this PC. So I'm just going to open up Silhouette Studio software. This is the software that comes with the actual Cameo Silhouette cutter. And in here, all we're going to do is to create a new page. And I'm going to set that page up here on 12 by 12, which is the size of the Cameo width and cutter that I want in this instance. And then I'm going to take off the registration marks by simply taking off the style registration marks and turning that to the off position. And as you can see there, we're just left with our page on the screen. So all I'm going to do is to go to the open window, and on the desktop I'm going to find my image, which is here, and then just click OK to open it. So that image then opens up in the Silhouette Cameo software. Right, so one of the first things I'm going to do is just literally to double click on the image, click Object and Mirror, and flip horizontally. That then turns the image around, and I'm then going to go up to the trace window, which is this one up here. It's the blue box with the yellow border. I'm going to click that once, and then I'm going to take the select trace area, click on that, and I'm then going to hold the mouse just outside the image and then drag a box around all that what I want to trace, and then I'm going to select trace the outer edge of the image by clicking that. Now what that's basically done there is to trace the outline of the image. Right, so basically what we've got now is the outline of our image, and I'm just going to take the mouse outside of the box again and just to draw a box around both images and then let go, and this gives us then our actual width of our image, which is 10.8 inches by 5.2 inches there, and that is our image size. So all I'm going to do now is to get some vinyl, and as you can see I'm just going to turn on the Silhouette Cameo cutter, and I've got a small piece of white vinyl here, again 330 wide, and because it's only 5.26 inches down, this is ideal for the offcut there. So that's going to go in there, and all I do is lift that up, reverse side, so this is the dull side up, the shiny side is the actual cellophane backing, so it's the dull side up, and I'm just going to place that in there and load the media by touching that. And on the PC, all I'm going to do is to go to the cut window, which is there, and then I'm going to choose cut the edge. I'm going to scroll down the page, and the heat transfer material smooth is what I'm going to cut there. I'm going to scroll down the page, as you can see, and I'm going to hit the test cut button there. That then sends a test cut over to the Silhouette Cameo. I'm going to unload the sheet, and what we're looking for is the little box to come out around the triangle, as you can see there, and that indicates that the cutter is at the right depth. So I'm going to place the vinyl back in the cutter, and now I'm happy with that. I'm just going to hit the center silhouette button down the bottom there, and the Silhouette Cameo then proceeds to cut out our image, which is in reverse, and this is the image we've got from Graphicstock, and we've just added a bit of text to it just to complete our t-shirt design. There we go. Hit the unload button. Our vinyl pops out, and I'm just going to go and weed this out now, and I'll see you over at the weeding out table. So there you go. Fantastic piece of artwork created with our Graphicstock image and a little bit of text we had already on our computer. So don't forget, if you take the 7-day free trial, you can download up to 140 images free of charge on the Graphicstock website. And also, if you take out the $99 annual payment, which in UK pounds is about £45 a year, something like that. All membership comes with 100% free royalty license with that membership, and it's well worth taking, because if you're creating t-shirts or any sort of paraphernalia, it doesn't have to be t-shirts, it can be other artwork and stuff like that, you're taking a very big risk if you're actually just using images on Google Images. If you can't create the graphics yourself, you're going to have to pay for that, and 9 times out of 10, similar websites out there are charging about $30 to have the license for one single image. You're getting the whole lot for a whole year for the $99. Now that to me is a no-brainer. I've signed up, and as you can see how simple it is to create these little graphics or t-shirts with just a single image I found out of all these. So don't forget, you can sign up below and just have a look around it to get yourself familiarised with it, and use their search facilities to try and find some images and maybe come up with something as simple as this. And as I say, most similar websites normally charge per image. This one, you're getting full access to everything for the $99. So let's give it a go. I'm using it, and I've come up with this simple design just through a quick look, as you saw on this little tutorial which we're doing here now. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's been a benefit of you and you make use of the free 7-day offer. And don't forget, you can download 149 different images within that time, and you haven't got any worries about breaching anyone's copyright laws and getting yourself into a big heap of trouble. Okay then, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks very much, and I'll see you again in the next video. Till then, bye for now.